Tonight, we are learning new information in the cold case murder that happened over 20 years ago as the suspect was in court today for a bond hearing. WDHN's Robert Smith was there and has the latest. Good evening, Robert.
Yeah, hey, good evening, Mike. Both the state and defense argue back and forth about the evidence in the case. In fact, the defense team of Dwight Mills believes the wrong guy is charged. Dwight Mills, a retired Fort Novacell aircraft mechanic, was in court to see if he can get the bond from his two charges lowered from $1.5 million.
And that certainly is unreasonable for somebody who's had no altercation with the law whatsoever,
no criminal history
in the last
whatsoever.
few years, and he's been convicted of no felonies.
But Mills is charged with one count of murder and abuse of a corpse in the 2001 death of his own wife, Sharon Mills, who was missing from home. During state testimony, DPD investigators say Mills strangled his wife to death in Dothan before driving to Bonifay, Florida, to dump her body in a ditch after Christmas in 2001. 1 month later, her body was found by an inmate cleanup crew. He was seen talking to a ditch by someone driving by that day in February. However, Mills told DPD another story after she was reported missing 8 days later. Mills says they were on the way to Florida to buy alcohol on a Sunday, and when they stopped for her to use the bathroom, she fell in a hole. He claimed when trying to help her, she wouldn't come with him, so he left her. On the way back, investigators say Mills got into a traffic accident for driving under the influence. Officers questioned him about drinking that he never admitted to, and they found blood in his car along with a red purse that he said was his wife's and started crying. They say he even took her off his life insurance policy. His defense team does not believe there's enough evidence against Mills. There's no video, no confession, no DNA, no autopsy saying he strangled her. In fact, they believe it was her ex-husband who's deceased. All three of them live together. They were last seen arguing outside of a bar, and she made a screaming phone call to a friend about her life being in danger and needing to get to Dwight.
All the cases was between her ex-husband, and the police officer testified to that, but yet they charge our client with zero evidence.
The defense brought up about 6 witnesses of family members who talked about Mills having a good reputation, being a faithful churchgoer, a caretaker, and helped family members financially. Yet they never met or heard much about his wife and what happened to her. Prosecutors opposed a bond reduction. They say he lied to police, has 3 domestic violence charges, threw her away, and spent 22 years without saying a word. The judge is taking the bond reduction under advisement. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Robert Smith, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.